That's interesting. Last episode we talked about intelligent homes, trust, architecture, and something called a home operating system. I've been thinking about that ever since.
That sounds dangerous.
It probably is, because now I have questions.
Good. Questions are how architecture begins.
So let's start with the obvious one. Is homes that behave well the operating system?
No.
It isn't.
No. And that misunderstanding is exactly why we need today's episode.
Then what is the operating system?
Before we answer that, let's talk about what operating systems actually do, because most people use several of them every day without thinking much about them.
When most people hear the phrase operating system, they think Windows, or Mac OS, or Linux, or their phone.
And that's completely reasonable. Those are operating systems.
So why are we suddenly talking about operating systems in homes?
Because operating systems solve a much bigger problem than computers.
Which is?
Coordination.
Coordination?
Think about everything happening inside a modern computer. Applications, hardware, storage, networking, users, permissions, memory, security, communication. Without some kind of organizing structure, everything would eventually become chaos.
So an operating system exists to keep all those pieces from stepping on each other.
Exactly. Operating systems define responsibilities. They establish boundaries. They coordinate activity. And they make complex systems understandable.
That sounds surprisingly familiar.
It should, because intelligent homes face the same challenge.
So operating systems aren't really about computers. They're about managing complexity.
Exactly. As systems grow, responsibilities become more important.
Why?
Because without responsibilities, nobody knows who owns what.
And eventually, everything starts doing everything.
Which sounds efficient right up until it breaks.
Then nobody knows where the problem actually lies.
Right. Good architecture answers simple questions. Who owns this information? Who makes this decision? Who is responsible when something goes wrong?
And operating systems help answer those questions.
That's one of their most important jobs.
Now let's look at a modern smart home.
That's where things become interesting.
Most homes weren't designed as systems. They evolved.
Exactly. A voice assistant gets added, then a dashboard, then a lighting platform, then automations, then another automation platform, then an artificial intelligence service, then a second dashboard.
And suddenly, there are multiple systems all trying to solve similar problems.
Multiple systems managing notifications, multiple systems tracking occupancy, multiple systems remembering preferences, multiple systems making decisions.
And nobody is entirely sure which one is responsible.
Which creates confusion, complexity, technical debt, and eventually trust problems.
That's starting to sound a lot like episode 1.
Because it is.
So where does the home operating system fit?
Let's start by clearing up what it is not.
Okay.
It is not a product. It is not Home Assistant. It is not Alexa. It is not a dashboard. It is not a voice assistant. It is not artificial intelligence.
Then what is it?
A home operating system is an architectural operating model.
Meaning?
It defines how responsibilities work together.
Not which technology you buy.
Exactly. The technologies may change. The architecture remains.
That's an important distinction.
One of the most important distinctions in the entire framework.
You keep mentioning responsibilities.
Because responsibilities are the foundation of architecture.
Give me an example.
Let's take truth. Truth exists to establish authoritative facts.
So truth owns reality?
Truth owns the understanding of reality. Identity owns confidence. Operational trust owns authorization. Stewardship owns significance. Continuity owns remembered context. Concierge owns orchestration.
Every responsibility has an owner.
Exactly. Ownership prevents confusion.
If every responsibility owns something, how do they work together?
Through contracts.
Not APIs?
APIs are one implementation. Contracts are the architectural idea.
What's the difference?
A contract defines what information is available, what it means, and how it can be used. Technology is simply one way of implementing that agreement.
So contracts survive technology changes.
Exactly. Architecture lasts longer than products.
Why are boundaries so important?
Because boundaries protect responsibilities.
How?
Truth should not decide permissions. Identity should not decide significance. Concierge should not redefine reality.
Each responsibility stays focused on its own work.
Exactly. When boundaries disappear, overlap appears. When overlap appears, complexity grows. When complexity grows, trust suffers.
What happens after 5 years?
That's a wonderful question.
Because most homes don't stay frozen in time.
Exactly. New devices appear. Old technologies disappear. People move in. Children grow up. Services change. Integrations evolve.
And all of that complexity accumulates.
Which is why governance matters.
Even in a home?
Especially in a home. Governance is how architecture remains understandable as change occurs.
Last episode, this framework looked different to me.
How so?
I saw 6 concepts.
And now?
Now I see responsibilities.
Exactly.
Truth owns reality. Identity owns confidence. Operational trust owns authorization. Stewardship owns significance. Continuity owns context. Concierge owns orchestration.
That's the operating system view.
The framework didn't change.
No, your understanding changed.
So after all this discussion about architecture, responsibilities, ownership, contracts and governance, what's the actual goal?
Trust.
Still trust?
Always trust.
Not technology.
No.
Not automation.
No.
Not artificial intelligence.
No.
Trust.
The operating system matters because it enables behavior. The framework matters because it defines responsibilities. Both exist to support trustworthy behavior.
Which earns human trust.
Exactly.
So now we know how the responsibilities fit together.
Now we can begin exploring them.
Starting with truth.
Yes, because before an intelligent environment can help anyone, it must first understand reality.
What is true?
Exactly. How does a home know who is present? How does it know what is happening? How does it know whether a room is occupied? How does it know someone is interacting? How does it know the current state of the environment?
Those sound simple.
Simple questions often hide the deepest architecture.
And that's where we're going next.
Exactly. Most smart homes evolved as collections of products. A home operating system defines how intelligent environment responsibilities work together. The Behaves Well framework defines what those responsibilities must accomplish. The operating model coordinates behavior. The framework defines responsibility. Trust emerges when both are designed well.
And next time?
We'll begin at the foundation.
Truth.
Before a home can help, it must understand reality.
Preparing Episode 3. Truth Analysis beginning.